Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of Standard 10th, in the last lecture we had begun with chapter number 7, Introduction to Microbiology, and in that we had discussion on applied microbiology, industrial microbiology, and the various products which are obtained from industrial microbiology, like milk products and the other important edible products which we use in day to day life. So, today we are going to discuss again about some other important products which we use as in our life, day to day life. So, let us start with antibiotics. So, you had already studied about antibiotics in 9th standard. There are two types of antibiotic: broad spectrum antibiotic, narrow spectrum antibiotic, and many diseases of human and other animals have been controlled due to antibiotics from different types of bacteria and fungi. Antibiotics like penicillin, cephalosporins, monobactam, bacitracin, erythromycin, gentamicin, neomycin, streptomycin, tetracyclines, vancomycin, etc. are used against various strains of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Rifamycin is effective against tuberculosis. Okay, so these are the names of different antibiotics which are used by the patients, prescribed by the doctors. Okay, penicillin is the first one amongst all of them, discovered by Alexander Fleming. So all these antibiotics contain bacteria, fungi, strain. Now if we talk about microbes and fuels, gaseous fuels like methane can be obtained by microbial anaerobic decomposition of urban, agricultural, industrial waste. So methane, which is a gaseous fuel, we get it from microbial decomposition. Ethanol, which is an alcohol, is a clean, smokeless fuel obtained during fermentation of molasses by the yeast Saccharomyces. Hydrogen gas is considered to be the fuel of future, and this hydrogen gas is released during biophotolysis of water, in which bacteria perform photoreduction. So these are important fuels which are used, like methane, ethanol, hydrogen gas, the potential future fuel. All can be obtained through microbial action. Similar to fuels, various industrial chemicals are also produced through microbial process. Example, various alcohols, acetone, organic acids, fatty acids, polysaccharides that are useful as raw materials in chemical industry. Some of these fuels are useful as raw materials for plastic and food products. So not only fuels, various industrial chemicals like alcohol, acetone, organic acid, fatty acids, they are also, which are used as a raw material, are also obtained through microbial processes. Now if you can observe this biofuel production in our ecosystem, okay, you can see in this, discuss about biofuel. So biofuel is important among the renewable source of good energy. These fuels are available in solid form, in liquid form, in gaseous form. These fuels are easily available and in plenty of quantity. These are reliable fuels of the future. So in future, these fuels, as you can see here, okay, we have biomass, conversion of cellulose and glucose to glucose. So there are different sources, from where we get these biofuels. So in future, is have a potential demand. Now, if you talk about microbial pollution control, microbes can also be used to control the pollution, like solid waste, sewage, and various pollutants are ever increasing with increase in pollution. Along with it, ever increasing diseases and degradation of environment are the worldwide problems. Especially cities in densely populated countries like India are affected with these problems. Life of the future generation will be difficult if these problems are not solved at right time and to right extent. Let us see the role of microbes in environment. So with increase in population, with increase in number of pollutants in our environment, and in the densely populated country like ours, cities are facing this problem of pollution on a great extent. So let us see how microbes are going to help us, and they are helping us. So there are different ways to deal with this pollution. Land filling sites is one of them. So you can see in this diagram a modern landfill site. Degradable waste being accumulated in urban areas is used for this purpose. Large pits are dug up in open spaces far away from residential area, and those pits are lined with plastic sheets as precaution against pollution of soil due to leaching of toxic and harmful materials. So they're being carried out being pit, and they dug it this pit and they fill this with the garbage and have a protective covering of plastic. Compressed waste is dumped in the pit. They compress it and they dump it, they throw it in this pit. It is covered with the layers of soil, sawdust, leafy waste, specific biochemicals. Bioreactors are mixed at some places. Microbes present in soil and other top layers decompose the waste. Completely filled pit is sealed with soil slurry. Best quality compost is formed after few days. Such landfilling sites can be reused after removal of compost. So, after decomposing the garbage in this pit, we get compost and also the release of methane gas, which can be used as fuel and called as biofuel. Okay, so after the garbage get composed, we can fill this again with other group of garbages. Now, sewage management, how sewage can be managed through microbial actions. In villages, domestic sewage is disposed of either in nearby soil or biogas plant. However, in cities, sewage needs to be carried to processing unit and acted upon microbial processes. So in villages, it's easy because the villagers can easily throw that waste in the biogas pit. But what else? What if this sewage needs to be treated in cities? So there is provision to carry out the sewage to processing unit. And microbes which can decompose any compound as well as destroy the pathogens of cholera, typhoid are mixed with the sewage. They release methane and carbon dioxide by decomposition of the carbon compounds present in sewage. So there are microbes which act on cholera, typhoid, which are waterborne diseases. So these microbes, they decompose them and they release methane, carbon dioxide gas. Phenol oxidizing bacteria decompose xenobiotic chemical present in sewage. So this is how sewage can be managed. The sludge that settles down in this process can again be used as fertilizer. Water released after microbial treatment is environmentally safe. Microbes are used for bioremediation of environment polluted due to sewage. So all this way sewage treatment can be carried out. So clean technology, human made a very fast progress in technology. However, environmental pollution is also increasing with same speed. So let us see the ways of control over air, soil and water pollution with the help of microbes. Microbes have natural ability of decomposing the man-made chemicals. Hydrocarbons and other chemicals are transformed with the help of these abilities. Some microbes remove the sulfur from fuels. Metals like copper, iron, uranium leach into environment from low quality metalloids. They mix up in the environment. They are converted into compounds before leaching with the help of thiobacilli and sulfobacilli bacteria. Okay, so this way they can be treated. Now you must have seen or read the news of dead fishes or oily water accumulating on the surface of sea coast. So it happens due to spilling of petroleum oil that occurs in ocean due to various reasons. This oil may prove fatal and toxic to aquatic organisms, and it is not easy to remove the oil layer from surface of water by mechanical method. However, bacteria like Pseudomonas and Alcanovarics, very important, have the ability to destroy the pyridines and other chemicals. The question was asked on this once in board exam. Hence, this bacteria are used to clear the oil spills. These are called hydrocarbonolactic bacteria. HCB decompose the hydrocarbons and bring about reaction of carbon with oxygen. Carbon dioxide and water is formed in this process. Plastic bottles are formed from the chemical substance like PET, polyethylene, terephthalate polyester. Nowadays, most of the urban garbage consists of plastic. So, it has been observed that species like Vibrio, Ionella, Psycheraceae can decompose the PET. Similarly, species of fungi like Actinomycetes, Streptomyces, Nocardia, Actinoplanes have ability of decomposing rubber from garbage. Sulfuric acid is present in the acid rain and materials coming out of mines. You know that erosion of metal present in statues, bridges and buildings occurs due to it. Sulfuric acid is source of energy for some species of bacteria like Acidophilium species and Acidobacillus ferroxidans. Hence, this bacteria can control soil pollution occurring due to acid rains. Water-soluble salts of uranium are present in the waste produced during electroplating and in effluent released environment from atomic energy plant. So there's microbe like geobacter convert these salts of uranium into soluble salts and thereby prevent those salts from mixing with groundwater sources. Microbial inoculants. Some microbes containing inoculants are produced by process of fermentation. These inoculants are spread on seeds before sowing, and some of the inoculants are released into plants. Microbes in the inoculants help in plant growth by supplying nutrients. They improve the quality of vegetarian food. Solution containing azotobacter and artificial nitrogenase is used in organic farming. Soil pollution occurring due to chemical fertilizer is prevented due to this solution. Fluoroacetamide like chemicals are mixed with soil due to use of chemical pesticides in agriculture. This proved to be harmful to other plants and animal as well as cause skin diseases to human. This pesticide in the soil can be destroyed with the help of microbes. So harmful chemicals can be destroyed as well. Bioinsecticides. Bacterial and fungal toxins which can destroy pests and pathogens can be directly integrated into plants with the help of biotechnology. Being toxic to insects, they do not consume the plants. Similar to bacteria, some species of fungi and viruses are useful as pesticides. Spinosad, a byproduct of fermentation, is a biopesticide. So, biopesticides are also helping in a way by microbial action. So, here we have finished this chapter, Introduction to Microbiology. So, I will put forward the written material of this chapter in the group. Write this chapter in your notebook. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.